What's up everyone, Matt Montanez here. Today I'm going to show you some Pro Tools shortcuts. And I'm going to show you 5 shortcuts that you're probably not using and you actually should be using. 3 of these I actually use every single session. 2 of these I actually just learned. One of them, a buddy of mine, he goes by ProdByDrew, ProdByDrew on Twitter and I believe Instagram, maybe Snapchat as well. You can follow him. Very cool dude. Me and him share a bunch of Pro Tools secrets and sessions. We reference each other's tracks and things like that. Check him out. Very cool dude. Go ahead and give him a follow. He works with talented artists as well. Very dope producer. Very good engineer. And he showed me a shortcut. And I was like, man, dude, like I really got to do a video on shortcuts. Let me do 5 of them. So these are 5 shortcuts you need to be using that you're probably not using. Here's number 1. So this one I explained in a couple of my videos already, and basically it's to enable automation very fast, but I'm going to explain it again because a lot of people probably just aren't using it or they just don't know about it still and they might fall into this video. The way to enable automation, you click the automation and you go through this long menu, especially for other plugins. Let's say you pull in like a crazy reverb plugin or something like, let's just say the H-verb. And it has all this other stuff too. So when you click automation, you have this crazy list. You're like, wow, what am I really looking for? And it's a lot to handle. So you don't want to do that. So the way you do it is you'll Control, Option, Command. I'm on a Mac, guys. Sorry, Windows guys. I don't really know the Windows shortcut keys. I've been on Mac for a while. Like 10 years now, so you kind of have to figure it out on your own, but they should be the same. I believe only 2 keys are swapped. Control, Option, Command, and then you click anywhere that can be automated. So let's say you want to automate this frequency band, you click it and you enable it, and there it goes. It gives you the light. You can do the actual enable button. You can do frequencies, you can do the Q, gain, pretty much anything that can be automated that's in this list, you can do it. And this works for also every single plugin that can be automated for anything. So let's say you got the H-verb, and like I said before, you have this expand thing. You want to enable, I don't know, these input echoes. Then you click here and it'll give it to you in echoes diffused. Or this AM rate, same thing. Okay, so you can pretty much enable anything as long as you click it, and it actually gives you the name so you know what you're looking for or what you're doing when you're actually in the menu. And then it goes into your list here. So yeah, that's the call to enable automation, and it's really fast. I use that one every single session. Number 2, guys. So number 2 is really, really cool, and I explained it in my last video I posted up, the how to mix a rap record, the resurrection. And basically this works for the EQ3, the 1 band and the 7 band, so the stock EQ for Pro Tools. And basically I learned it from Andrew Sheps, is when you're sweeping frequencies and stuff, you hold Control Shift click and you move the band over. So let me show you what that looks like and sounds like right now. So I'm going to solo this one. It's a scratch guitar take by a buddy of mine named Ben Luciano, very talented guitar player. And this is just a scratch take I got from one of our old sessions. So I'm going to play it. And you hear the full frequency. So you want to set like your Q, you can make it look like this. It looks like a notch, or you can do it wide. So I usually just go in notches. And then, so let's play. You hold Control Shift and you sweep the band. And now you're looking for the frequency you hate. And you can dip it out. You can still control the Q. And once you let go, it'll put it back to the full frequency. So let's dip some out. Very, very cool trick. So I use that one every single session whenever I need to cut things, vocals, anything really. Number 3. Now this is one of the 2 plugins that I just discovered. Actually, this one I just found out about like yesterday or the day before. And I was like, Drew, I just found this crazy shortcut that's super useful. He's like, oh, I already knew that one. So yeah, Drew, shout out to Drew for not telling me about the shortcut because it's super useful. This is another cool one. So let's say you're you want to boost because you want to sweep the frequency, but you want to hear the full range, of all the instruments together. You don't want it to sound like this. You actually want to hear the whole thing. So let's say you're doing that, you're sweeping it. And like that's the frequency you don't want. So then you bring it down a little bit. All right, that sounds about as much as I want to pull out. So you hold shift and you click the gain knob and it flips it to negative. You hold shift, click the gain knob, it'll switch it to positive. So that's really, really cool. And I thought that was neat. So if you're sweeping the frequencies like this, it'll go like that. It'll just flip it over. And I thought that's very fast. Instead of you going like this or trying to back dial in 7 or 5 or whatever, you can just, hold shift and click. And that works also for the one band. Number 4, guys. This is a new one. This is the one that Drew showed me yesterday. Very, very tight. And I didn't know about this. And I've been using Pro Tools since Pro Tools 6. So this is really cool. Apparently it came out in Pro Tools 11. And I never realized it. So let's say you need a new track. And you don't want to have to go, okay, Command Shift N and then select your track. Well, if you are in like the edit window or even in the mix window, you go to the blank space, you can hold Command and double click. It'll create the last created track. You can hold Option, double click. It'll create an instrument track. You can hold Control, double click. It'll create an auxiliary. You hold Control and Command, and it'll create both of them. So if you hold all 3 and click, it'll create all 3. If you hold Shift Command and double click, sorry, you don't need to hold Command. You hold Shift and double click, and it'll create you a master track. And I thought that was super tight because like you always need extra tracks, especially auxiliary tracks. So you can hold Control, double click. You got your auxiliary track really fast. And that works on the mix window too. Very cool. Very, very cool. Super sweet shortcut that I know a lot of people don't know about. I didn't know about it. And like I said, I've been using Pro Tools since Pro Tools 6. Number 5, and this one is incredible. This is the shortcut that I fell in love with, and I'm sure you guys are going to fall in love with this shortcut too. So let me pull up the SSL channel because I know this is going to work like this for sure. So let's say you do automation on your SSL channel here on the gain. And let's see, let's go here to the gain. And let's write some automation real quick. All right, so there's our automation. And let's solo it just to make sure it's working. And it's working, right? And it's like, oh no, I copied that at the wrong spot. I didn't realize I was in the gain or something. And you just want it in the volume. Or let's say you want to duplicate that gain into the bottom track in the volume. So, you hold Command, you click C to copy, you scroll down and you click Command V, and you get this window. Some automation parameters in the clipboard do not match the paste destination. It's frustrating. You don't want to go back in there and try to do it because especially if you're trying to copy the same amount of like distortion to volume or, sand to volume or something crazy, you get this window and it's annoying. So this is the trick, guys. When you go up and you click Command C and you copy it and you go down, you hold Control, you hold Command and you click V and it'll copy your automation. Very, very, very tight. I love it because I would always get that window and that window was so annoying seeing it that you can't copy because it's not the same parameter. And that works with pretty much everything. So let's say you do automation here on this, I don't know, this gain knob, okay? And let's move that gain knob around a little bit. Copy it, go down, Control Command V, and it copies it. It's like a universal thing. And it works. It works for a lot of stuff. It's so tight. So even here, you got your the high pass frequency, you're moving it, you're moving it, you're moving it, you copy, you scroll down. Let's cut this out first. You copy it, you scroll down, Control Command V, and it copies the automation. Super tight. It works pretty much for anything that can be automated. As long as it can do stuff like that, like buttons, for example, you enable the button goes all the way up and all the way down. It's just an on and off. So you can't really do that with like the volume, for example. You can't do that with the volume where it's going like this. You won't be able to do that. So I can't come here and hold Control Command and click V. It won't do it. You would have to do that something like with the mute, for example, because it does the whole on off thing as well, where it goes muted, not muted. So yeah, so keep that in mind. You won't be able to use it for like that, but it does it for when it's similar. So if it goes on, off, or muted, unmuted, you can combine those two, but you cannot do it the other way. And remember, Control Command V. If you don't do that, then you'll get this window. Those are 5 Pro Tools shortcuts that I hope you start using because it'll make your workflow go a lot faster. Subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up, share, follow me, and don't forget, keep creating music. Take care.